This is my turning point video. My name is Gabriel Pineda. I was born in the United States to Venezuelan parents, so I went back to Venezuela to be raised amongst family and friends. I came back to the US to attend college and create a life here, as my grandfather would have wanted me to. My first years in college, I changed majors twice before finding my passion. I went from engineering to pre-med to finally settling for international relations. 2002 through 2003 were very tumultuous politically and economically in Venezuela, and being 3,000 miles away was frustrating to say the least. The source of my frustration was that while being away, I felt that I could not really help my country at all. That country that my grandfather actually fought during his college years to make it a democratic one. He was a civil engineer by training, but a politician by passion and conviction. By pure coincidence, during my last semester at community college, and around 2003, I needed a social science class to fulfill a requirement, and that only class that was really interested to me when I was looking at the catalog was international relations. So there was that aha moment. What a turning point in my life. Finally, I could see an opportunity to contribute to Venezuela. The plan was to educate myself in international relations and then get a job in a diplomatic mission or a think tank to bring more attention or the spotlight on the political atmosphere in Venezuela. So you ask me, how do you go from working on an embassy to doing a master in internet marketing at Full Sail University? How does that relate to your turning point? Well, it turns out that I've had several turning points in my life that actually brought me to where I am today and helped me identify my life's task. That life's task is to actually educate we the people about politics and how to make decisions or voting objectively instead of passionately. Just like in the reading, I've had several turning points, just like the reading with Ramachandran's example. To find your true bliss, or at least for me in this case, I went through several turning points. My progression was, from a frustration as a college student not being able to contribute to my country's fight for democracy. Then, boom, the class in international relations. Then thinking that by working at an embassy, I could actually contribute. Then, you get disappointed and you get lost into the corporate world, and I lost my path. We're actually doing the opposite of what the book tells us. Avoid that false path, because I collided head on with the false path. Then the other episode that actually changed my life is last year in Venezuelan politics. It made me realize that by marrying my professional and educational backgrounds, I could actually help as a political marketing consultant sway people into learning what the truth is behind every politician's message. From all the strategies on the readings, the one I really identified with was the primal inclination strategy. I don't remember this, but my parents tell me that when I was asked what I wanted to be when I grow up, my answer was always president. So I guess my political inclination has been in my core for many, many years. Yes, master a field, you need unconditional, profound, and passionate love for the subject that you're trying to master. For me, I now know it's not really politics per se, but actually being able to open the curtains and clearing the smoke of the political rhetoric. In the reading, there's something that I don't really agree with, and it is the call the primal inclination strategy. I believe it is very hard to strategically get in touch with your primal inclination. It's actually through sheer determination and grit that excellence and mastery is achieved. So you ask me again, now, what are you doing to move towards your life path? Well, to start the journey in the path of my life's task, I expect to have in the next couple of weeks a website called objectivepolitics.us, but also I want to have written my first blog. Thank you for lending me an ear. My name is Gabriel Pineda, and have